you can see there. So we did indeed. We passed with vast majority of people, but the top unit on here. Actually, I should probably have stacked those slightly differently. But yeah, he's out of supply, or marked out of supply. Yeah, so that would be the end of that. So we then do the combat. As I said, it's 2-to-1 close, but we have a +3 because of the action rating on the surprise roll. So if we roll for supply, wow, right now that's good because we just rolled a 10. 10 plus 3, 13. 13's well and good for surprise. So the attacker has surprise, and if we just roll, I should have left it there. I should have actually rolled 3 die together. Usually do. Apologies for that. Yeah, the killer. We only get a single shift. So we get a single shift to push us along the column. So we said we were 2-to-1 in the close. We're actually going up to a 3-to-1 in the close. And of course we will still maintain that +3 advantage for quality on the die roll. So again, if I just push that back, roll again. Okay, so that's a 9, 12. 12 at 3-to-1 in the close. He said, trying to look along without putting a ruler on it, is AO1 DL 101. So AO1 means we've got the option here of taking a loss, which we don't particularly want to do. So we'll just we'll take a retreat. We'll just knock him back to there, which means the defender doesn't have to take his O1. But actually that doesn't particularly matter because sorry, I'm doing this without using the because the DL1 is a straight loss. So in other words, this chap is a loss. No choices. And as we can kind of see from that, that does leave that place actually undefended. The other thing that we must remember to do is if we look under these guys, there's our mule. I'll need to swap that out. Put a 2 and a 1 in there, put the mule back, put this chap back. There we go. So that's our 1 T spent, and of course the Japanese would have also had to spend a T. So again, I think we'll just we'll put 1 there, and we'll find another 3. I'm saying we'll find another 3. I've managed to not find any 3s at all, so I'm just going to use singles there. T back there, and he is now back in place. So that would be the end of that combat phase. We'd move on to exploitation. So in exploitation we would release this unit from reserve, and as you know, our original plan was to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I'm just wondering is, could we not go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? which looks like a good alternative plan B. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and having hit that point there, we would have to roll for those Japanese aircraft which are on the airbase. I'm just scanning to find the correct chart. Yeah, so we're just going to roll 2 die for the aircraft. Put the box back in. 8. 7 or more is no loss. So the air unit is fine, which means we just push him out from under there, and he flies off to another unnamed Japanese airbase. I'm not sure what options we have actually in the scenario, but we'll dig that out and sort that out in the meantime. The airbase obviously is captured. We would flip that, you know, if it was certain games you'd probably just change the marker. I think the markers, if I remember rightly, in Burma are exactly the same, so we ignore that. What did I say I was going? I was kind of going 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a shame we can't do an overrun because we just don't have the movement points. So the question is, well, my idea is that physically, even though there's a railway line, it's a good question, I think this, but this is how I'm going to play it. It says the Japanese has to control the railway, and I'm going to take that to mean the main line, not this spur. So technically, normally I'd probably just think, right, okay, I'm going to just stay there and we'll just dig in and hold our ground. I'm going to allow the Japanese probably to take that back, but I am going to kind of move this guy up to here because he is then cutting that railway line. And that's going to put the pressure back on the Japanese, I think. So that's what we will do. End of the Allied turn.